Hi, good morning. This is Anna Imagination with Shifting Perspectives. I am talking today on the 12 points of healing. This is something that I was able to condense and break down this morning, and I went, oh, holy shit, I need to articulate this. When we decide to heal, there's like this moment of, I really need to get my shit together. And you sit down and you say, what do I need? So you might pull meditation, you might call a therapist, you might go see your doctor. They recommend someone for you. They ask you what your symptoms are, and they give you medication. So I'm going to try a different approach with you. There are 12 things in your system, in your mental system, that have to be up and operational at all times to achieve optimum mental wealth. I use the phrase mental wealth, not mental health. There's a reason for that. Mental wealth is an abundance of mental operation. It's when you have everything aligned and balanced, and then you are in a state of abundance and wealth because your mental is organized, aligned, and balanced. Whenever I work with a client, my goal is to get them to optimum mental wealth. I don't call this healing because healing is you have your system, you have a cut or a broken arm, you get a cast. The cast helps heal the arm, but the entire unit stays the same. Now, to be blunt, you don't want your unit to stay the same because the core of your unit is the problem. So healing is, I want to keep the unit the same, but I just want to address this small problem like my cut or my broken arm. No, you don't. The people who come to me recognize that they have a problem with the core unit, the way you think. And they want to completely redefine the core unit. That's not healing. That is transformation. To do this, there are 12 checkpoints. Now, a lot of people want to redesign their entire system, or they just want to feel better. But feeling better is going to require an entire breakdown of your core unit. You're changing your core unit. So you're lied to. You're told this is healing, and you might focus on just 1 to 3 of these 12 points. And then you're in therapy for 20 years. You're on medications. I don't do that. That's unethical. In my opinion, this should be ethical. So what you are really doing is you are redefining your core unit. Now, at the moment, your core unit is most likely built off of toxic beliefs and an improperly defined sense of love. You are also probably built off of toxic ethics, because a core unit is built off of 3 foundations, not 1, not just your beliefs. It is how you define love, what your beliefs are, and what your ethics are. So there's a good chance you have toxic ethics, toxic beliefs, and a toxic definition of love. So no, this is not healing. We are going into your core and we are going to be redefining your 3 foundations. When you do that, it's going to completely reset your entire system and you will become someone else. No, you won't. You are going to stop being someone else and you are going to start being yourself. The reason why they're toxic is because they don't belong in your system. So my goal is to first get you rethinking how you think about healing, because this isn't healing. That's not the problem. You don't have a broken arm. Healing is, I know who I am. I know where I belong. I have no toxic beliefs. I am solid on my ethic. My mother just died and I am in suffering. That's healing. Let's talk about grief. And then we're going to get you set back up and you'll be okay. But you haven't changed. That's not what I do. I handle the people. My clients are the people who have a toxic sense of love, a toxic sense of ethics, and toxic beliefs. And those toxic three foundations are creating a false version of themselves. My goal is to break down those three foundations, find who you really are, restore your beliefs, correct your definition of love and restore it with what you define as love, and eliminate your toxic ethics and restore them with yours. When that happens, then you're going to find that you are your authentic self. To do this, there are 12 checkpoints. So I'm going to go through these 12 checkpoints with you. If you say yes to every one of these, you're good. You've covered everything. If you cannot say yes to every one of these 12 points, you are not focused on it and you are missing it, and your healing has a gap. And what's going to end up happening is, because you have a gap in your healing plan, you're not going to be addressing that particular problem. And the problem is not going to get resolved. And these 12 points will be fueling your beliefs, your love, and your ethics. Now, if you're not managing these 12 points, then there's a good chance you have toxicity leaking into these three foundations. So the goal is to go over these 12 points so that we make sure you are getting the right information and the right management onto your three foundations: beliefs, love, and ethics. Here they are. Are you nurturing your identity by defining yourself? Should I elaborate on all these 12 points or just read them off to you? I'm going to go ahead and just read them off to you. And then I'm going to think about it, and then I'm going to elaborate on a different video. Because I want this video to just be about conscious awareness. Second, are you restoring your defense system so you can protect yourself and prevent re-trauma and abuse from reoccurring? Are you addressing your fear of boundary setting and your fear of communication? Are you mastering your emotional cues so you know what actions you are supposed to be taking with every emotion? You're supposed to be taking an action with every emotion that you receive. Are you embracing your ego? Ego is not arrogance. People get this wrong. Ego is your conscious awareness. Ego is you. It is 100% you. And your ego is you realizing all 12 of these points and managing them. That is what your ego is. So are you embracing your ego? Are you taking responsibility for these 12 points and managing them properly? Are you listening to your intuition? Are you turning down your fear system by nurturing and soothing it? Are you disciplining your subconscious mind like a Dom? Are you properly identifying guilt and conquering the voices that are not yours? Are you building your self-care cocoon where you can ground yourself, secure your feeling of safety, and recharge your energy? Are you sorting through your toxic beliefs, your ethical beliefs, and removing them from your own beliefs? Are you overseeing the cognitive core processing to make sure new beliefs are entered into your system smoothly to avoid grief, anger, disbelief, and negotiation? If you did not answer yes to all of these points, then your healing has a gap and you are not managing every aspect of your system. This is where the Healing Garden steps in and basically provides you with a massive organizational plan for all 12 of these points. That way, you go from toxic beliefs, toxic love, toxic ethics, and you restore who and what you are to its authentic self to reach optimum mental wealth. So, if this is something you want to start looking into and really get down into, I have multiple resources for all budgets to get you started. Go ahead and take a look at the links below. And there is Book Your Call, Talk to Anna. That's where you want to start. I'll be able to sit down and walk you through this and figure out which parts that you are struggling with and which of my programs is best for you. I have 3 tiers. I'll be explaining that during the call or during the text, and we'll be able to go through it and help you out. So thank you so much. And for your ease, if you want to just throw me a text, literally, change now. My number is 929-615-4244. Send me a text, change now, and I'll get the conversation rolling with you so we can sit down and start going over all of this with you. And you'll basically get a plan and you will get the starter pack for free. That way we at least get the ball rolling. And depending upon how much you want to invest, depending upon how much time and how many results you're wanting, really determines which program that I have is best for you. So we can also go over that. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.